Namaste everyone. Hi, I'm Jenny from JD Healing Vibes, and this evening we're going to do a winter warming Hatha yoga class. So the practices that we'll be doing are going to be emphasizing, energizing and warming activities or elements. Now, I would suggest that this particular yoga class is not probably the best yoga class to do just prior to going to sleep, because it really is going to energize and activate you and warm you up and get you going. So it's probably a better practice to do either in the morning or sometime during the day. It's quite a stimulating and yang style yoga class. The relaxation at the end is helpful to become a little bit more relaxed, but I would suggest that perhaps you do one of my other yoga classes, especially my gentle Hatha yoga class, because that one is a much more cooling down and less energizing class to be doing if you want to do one in the evening. This class is also quite a strong class in terms of the physical asana work that we're going to be doing, and so I suggest it's probably not a class that you'd want to do if you're pregnant or if you've got any serious medical issues or injuries, and definitely get your doctor's advice if you have any of those issues if you want to do a yoga class, and especially this particular yoga class. This one's a good one for challenging people who want to get their fitness up a little bit, and also it's going to be having both strengthening and stretching elements incorporated, but also quite a bit of dynamic work so that we get that heating element as well. So first of all, let's get started with our loosening up sequence of movements. And especially we're going to just work on warming the muscles and the joints up a little bit in preparation. So standing with the feet a little apart and then bending the knees a little. We're going to put a fire breath to this little swinging movement. So we're just going to be swinging the upper body nice and loosely, but the fire breath is going to have a more heating effect. So when you do the fire breath, you're inhaling through the nose, taking a deep breath in, and then you're blowing the breath out through the mouth and squeezing the belly in when you go to the side. So we're going to do about a dozen of these swinging movements. So just getting ready, getting nice and centered and relaxing the arms, and then breathing in, breathing out. Coming back to stand centered. We'll do a little releasing of the shoulders. So as we always do, we'll work from top of the body down, bringing your shoulders towards your ears, and then very slowly, gently rotating your head to loosen your neck. And modify if you feel any neck discomfort. And then reversing the circling movement. And slowly coming back to the centre, bring your head up, relax the shoulders, and then loosening and warming the shoulders. So this one is a sort of like a freestyle swimming movement. A little bit of a twist as well, turning to look behind you as you take the arm back. So just warming up the spine as well as the shoulders and arms. And then reversing, going into a backstroking style of movement. Again, just a little twist as well, looking behind you when the arm goes back. And then coming back to centre, and we're going to do both arms at the same time. So big wide arms, sort of like a butterfly movement. Just modify if you do have any shoulder issues, but these ones are good for warming the shoulder joints. And then reversing the direction Good, and coming back and just doing a little bit of shoulder shrugging once again, and then coming and standing in mountain posture, Tadasana posture. So feet parallel, hip width apart, balancing on the feet, so weight between the balls and the heels, tucking bottom and tummy toward the spine gently, bringing your shoulders up, and then roll them back and relax them down, and your chin parallel to the ground. So doing a little spinal mobility sequence next. So we're turning the palms outwards, breathing deeply, bringing your arms up, stretching up, clasping your hands, turning your palms to face the ceiling, just relax. And then breathing in once again, stretching up. And then on your exhalation, moving into the side stretch just to where you're able to take it without straining. Inhaling, return to centre, and then exhale as we go in the other direction. Inhaling, coming back to centre, exhale and relax a little. Breathing in once again, good stretch. And then exhale as we turn to your left and looking behind you if you can. Inhale, come back to centre. Exhale as we turn to your right, looking behind you as well. And then inhale, back to centre. Bend the knees a little. Exhale as we bring arms to shoulder height, pressing the palms right away, tucking the tailbone forward and lower your chin gently towards the chest. And just hold that for a breath in and out. And then inhale, bringing your arms down and slowly raise your head up. Release and rolling shoulders and reverse. And then stepping your right foot forward and your left foot back. Pelvis should be forward, legs are going to be straight, and we're going to do a sequence where we do a little gentle back arch and then a forward bending movement. So your right hand goes on that right thigh, left hand on the waist. Breathing in, raising the right arm, and as you do, slowly looking up if you can, and then taking your upper body back a little further. Just careful of necks, look forward if it's a little strong for you. Exhale, coming back to centre, folding forward, so stretching over the front leg, slowly coming down, trying to keep the legs straight. Breathing in, slowly coming up, gently uncurl as we slide the hand up the leg. So do another one of those, pelvis forward, deep breath in, raising the right arm, and then arching back with your upper body gently. Exhale, back to centre, folding forward, extend and lengthen the spine if you can, slowly lower. Inhale, gently, slowly return, coming back up to your upright position, bending the right knee. So we're going to step the left foot forward, taking right foot back. So once again, taking up that same position with the pelvis forward. Left hand goes on that front thigh, right hand on the waist. Deep breath in, raising the left arm, slowly looking up if you can. Upper body moving back, looking to the ceiling for those who are able to. Exhale, come up slowly, folding forward, stretching over the left leg, coming slowly down. And then inhale, sliding the head back up the leg, returning back to centre. And one more, so pelvis forward, breathing in, raising the left arm, arching back with the upper body a little bit, careful of necks. Exhale, coming up and folding forward, stretching towards the opposite wall if you can. Coming down slowly, inhale, slide the hand up the leg, gradually return to upright, bending the front knee, so just carefully stepping out of it. And then a little rotation of the bottom to loosen the hips and release the lower back. Gently reverse. And back to centre. And then bending the knees, roll the top of one foot over. So we always do this little foot stretch. Good to have the feet out of shoes, coming up to the toes. Come onto the ball of the foot and rotate gently into the ankle. And reverse. Little shake there too. Pressing the heel and squeeze. And back to centre, bending the knees. Roll the other foot over. So once again, if you can, give it a good stretch. Up to toes. Come onto the ball of the foot, rotating your ankle. And gently reverse. A little shake of that foot, pressing the heel and squeeze it down. And then coming back to do another little vigorous one. So this one, again, we're going to do fire breathing, and we're going to do a little bit of knee squeezing up towards the chest. Has a little bit of a balance to it as well, but we're doing it dynamically. So you're just going to follow along with me, join in when you are ready. So we start nice and balanced on the 2 feet, and then breathing in, breathing out. Movements, bringing the knees in and bending the knees, so gently rotating into the knees. And then reverse, little circles the other way. And then forwards, backwards, so just loosening up our knee joints. And then bend and gently side to side, back to centre. Pressing the knees back, uncurl slowly. Relax your shoulders, and then we're just going to do a very gentle, nice, relaxed swing to finish off those warming up and loosening up movements. So we've prepared our bodies so that we are now ready to do a little bit stronger work, and we are going to focus on the next practice being a sun salutation. Now, this sun salutation is not the traditional one that I have been doing in some of my sessions. It has some of the elements in the traditional Hatha yoga, Surya Namaskar, but it does have a little bit more strengthening and invigorating, energising movements that sort of focus a little bit more on the strengthening rather than stretching elements. So starting a similar way to the way we would normally come up to the front of your mat, just come a little bit further back so you can actually see my head. So coming into Tadasana, mountain posture, once again, making sure your core is engaged, full of the tummy tucked, relax the shoulders, bring the palms together in front of the chest, thumbs just pressing gently into the sternum. Close your eyes briefly, focusing on just releasing any areas of tension. Soften if you notice tension anywhere. And then shifting focus to your breathing and begin to slow and deepen your breath. Close your mouth if it's comfortable, establishing full yoga breathing. So we're going to continue working with our full yoga breath as we do the movements. Open your eyes and bring your arms down, turning your palms to face outwards. Breathe in deeply, bring the arms out to the side and up and stretch toward the ceiling. Bending from the hips, stretch forward. Remember to slide hands down the legs if you are uncomfortable in the lower back. And we're just coming down to whatever position you're managing. You can have your hands on your legs if you wish. And just allowing a little bit of time to get the spine to loosen up and inverting gravity, lifting the buttocks. And then we're going to, those who can, walking the hands forward, or you can just have your hands on your legs and just lift the chest forward a little bit. On your exhalation, we're going to move the tummy and chest back toward the thighs, and the hands will come back to the legs, lifting the buttocks. So a little bit more stronger work. You're going to do that once again. So breathing in, hands forward, open the front of the body again. On your exhalation, moving tummy and chest toward the thighs, lifting the buttocks, hands coming next to the feet. Now, if you need to bend your knees, bring the hands to the floor, do so. And we're going to step the right foot back first, then taking the left foot back and dropping the bottom a little, coming into a strong plank position, neck in line with the spine. Just keeping the breath steady. So we're now going to go into a lowered plank position, so breathe in deeply. Exhale, bending the elbows, lower down. If you can, about halfway, hold it there for a moment. And then slowly lower the whole of the front of the body down, flattening the feet, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, tucking the elbows in toward the body. So we're coming into a cobra now, breathing in, slowly pushing upper body up, bringing the head up, looking forward, relax the shoulders, tighten the buttocks, and taking some deep breaths. From here, a little bit of a strong one we're going to do now. So we're going to take the right hand back a little, left hand back a little, breathing in, pushing up onto the front of the feet, walking your hands towards the feet, and then bringing right ball of the foot to the floor and left ball of the foot to the floor. Pressing chest toward the thighs, bend the knees a little, and then slowly lower the heels towards the floor if you can. Coming into downward dog, taking deep breaths in and out. Shifting your weight over to the left. Inhale, raising the right leg high as you can. Exhale, carefully swing the right foot forward between your hands. Rotate the back heel down, lifting your chest up onto the left thigh. Just stay there for a couple of breaths. Now we're coming into the warrior posture, a little bit of core work. So we're engaging the right thigh. Inhale, pushing up, bringing the arms out to the side. Lifting up, slowly bring the arms up level with the ears, palms together, and then sinking down as much as you can into a right angle position. Relax your shoulders, taking deep breaths in and out. Now we're going to go into side angled posture. So take a deep breath in. On your exhalation, you're going to turn to your left. Bring your arms out to shoulder height, palms facing down. Open up through this right inner thigh, sinking down, taking deep breaths. Bring your right arm to your right thigh, left arm to the left side of the body. Now this is the gentle position. You can do the arm movement from here, or for stronger work, you're bringing your right hand to the floor next to the foot, touching the left shoulder, breathing in, stretching the left arm up, and then exhale, bringing your left arm over your ear, looking toward the left if you can, or up toward the ceiling under the left arm. We take some deep breaths. Good work. Now we're going to engage that right thigh, breathing in, push up slowly, come back up, back into first position, sink down a little lower if you can, and then rotating the arms back, facing forward again. Turn the palms upwards, inhale deeply, raising your arms. Exhale as you fold forward, coming down over the right thigh, hands to the floor, and then rotate the left heel up off the floor, stepping the right foot back with the left. Once again, we're just walking the hands closer to the feet and bringing the heels toward the floor, or you're bending your knees a little bit if you need to, and just taking some deep breaths back in that downward dog posture. So the downward dog's very invigorating, stimulating for the brain, bringing blood to the head. Breathing in, lifting the head a little, and then stepping right foot forward, left foot forward, bending the knees, resting your arms on the thighs. A couple of deep breaths. So the final posture we do in this sequence is the fierce posture, which is a little squatting posture. Bringing arms down, turning palms out, breathing in, sweeping the arms up as we come up. Keep the knees bent for this one. Bring the palms together. Bend the knees a little more if you can. Draw the knees back toward the heels. Tuck the tailbone under. Looking up toward the palms of the hands. Little gaze, taking some deep breaths in and out. Try to keep that gaze on the palms. Inhale, straighten the legs, stretching up. Exhale, slowly bring the hands down, resting them in prayer position in front of your chest. Close your eyes. Relax the shoulders back and down. Soften your face. Focus on keeping the breath flowing smoothly, slowly and rhythmically. Breathing in and out through your nose if it's comfortable for you. And just allowing the heart rate to come down a little as we have warmed the body up, the muscles. It's beautiful energy flowing through the body. Be aware of that energy flowing through your body. And then bringing your arms down, open your eyes, and we're going to do all of those movements on the other side so we balance the body out. Turning your palms outwards, inhale, slowly bringing arms up, stretching there. Exhale, folding forward or side hands down the legs if you need to. Coming down and hanging loosely again, lifting the buttocks a little more. So if you wish, you can have your hands on your legs, or you're walking your hands forward away from your feet, lifting the chest, opening up through the front. Exhale as we bring the belly and the chest back toward the thighs, hands toward the feet, head down, lifting the buttocks. Inhale, one more of those. Slide the hands away, open the chest. On your exhalation, bringing belly and chest in towards the feet, head down, lifting the buttocks. And then we're stepping left foot back first, right foot back, coming into a strong plank position. Neck in line with the spine. Try and keep that core nice and strong. And then we're going down into the lowered plank position. So breathe in deeply. Exhale, bending the elbows, lowering the body, keeping a straight line if you can. And then slowly bring the front of the body to the floor, forehead to the floor. Tucking elbows in, making sure hands are underneath your shoulders. Breathing in, slowly bringing your upper body up, so coming into a cobra position. Tighten the buttocks, release the shoulders, looking forward, deep breaths. So for this cobra, we're not looking up, we're just looking forward. Move the left hand back a little, right hand back a little. Breathing in, pushing up onto the front of the feet, walking hands toward the feet, coming into a downward dog, and then you're placing left ball of the foot down, right ball of the foot down, walking in toward the feet, lifting the buttocks, bend the knees a little, bringing the chest toward the thighs, and then slowly moving the heels toward the floor again. Keep breathing deeply, working the downward dog position. Good work. Now we're going to shift the weight a little towards the right side. Inhale, raising the left leg, so bring it up as high as you can. Exhale, carefully swinging left foot forwards, rotating back heel to the floor. Lift your chest up onto your left thigh. Just have a little rest there. Just making sure neck is in line with the spine. Focus on the breath. Now we're engaging the left thigh, breathing in, sweeping the arms out to the side as we lift the front of the body up. Breathe the arms up, stretch towards the ceiling, palms together. Exhale and sink down, walking the front foot forward a little more, coming into the warrior posture, looking forward. Try and relax the shoulders, stretching back leg out. So next we're going into the side angle posture. Breathing in, turning to your right, bring arms out to shoulder high, palms facing the floor. Sink down a little bit more if you can. Open up through this inner thigh area and taking deep, slow breaths. Looking towards your right side. So staying in that right side position, take a deep breath in. Exhale, moving left arm onto left thigh. Right arm goes on the right side of the body. Open the chest. So you're still looking towards the right. Those who want to do the stronger work, bringing left hand to the floor next to the foot, touching the right shoulder, breathing in, stretching right arm up. Exhale, take your right arm over your ear, looking towards the ceiling under the right arm. Deep breaths. Modify if you need to for any neck issues. Remember, don't strain your neck. So keep breathing, doing really well. So now we're engaging the left thigh muscle, core work here, breathing in. Push up slowly, come back to the first position, sinking down a little more, deep breaths. Rotating upper body round, facing forward, turn the palms up, breathe in deeply, stretching up. Exhale, fold forwards, come over the front leg, hands to the floor. Rotate the back heel off the floor, stepping your left foot back with the right. So walking the hands back a little, coming into your downward dog. Again, bend the knees a little if you want to just work on bringing your chest closer to your thighs. And then, if you can, bring the heels as close to the floor as you can. Focus on the breath. Roll the shoulders out. Deep breaths. Lifting your head a little, stepping left foot to the hands, right foot to the hands, bending the knees, resting the arms on the thighs. Just take a couple of deep breaths there, preparing for the fierce posture. Bring the arms down, turn the palms out, breathing in, sweeping the arms up, keep the knees bent. Lifting the upper body, palms together, sinking down. So bend the knees a bit more if you can. Taking knees back toward the heels. Tuck the tailbone under, looking up toward the palms of the hands. Steady the gaze. Focus on the breath. Deep breaths. In and out. Breathing in, slowly straighten up. Looking up, and exhale, bending the arms. Lower the hands back to rest on the chest. Close your eyes. Relax the shoulders back and down. Make sure your neck is centered, chin parallel to the ground. Soften the face. Steady, slow, relaxed, deep, rhythmical breathing. Try and keep the focus on the breath. Feel the warmth flowing through your body, the energy circulating strongly from your head to your toes. Now let your breathing come back to its automatic natural rhythm. Relax your arms down, open your eyes, and stepping the feet a little apart. And we're just going to do a little bit of releasing, so having a little loose swing from side to side. Coming back to centre, bending the knees, hands on the waist, and rotating the bottom slowly. So we did a lot of strong core work there, so this little movement, bottom circling, is always a nice one to do after that amount of work. Rotate the bottom the other way. Make some fists, press firmly into the lower back. Give it a good, strong massage, and then rub with the hands, and just getting those kidneys nice and warm. Roll the shoulders. Let them relax as you roll them, and then reverse the direction. Bending your elbows and rotate the wrists. There's quite a lot of wrist work in the planks and the downward dogs that we do, so it's nice to release them. Squeeze into a tight fist. Stretch out and spread the fingers. Relax them. Give them a good wiggle. And then have a little shake. Shaking arms, feet, legs. Good. All right. So that's our salute to the sun, or it's a sun salutation that we've just done. And nice and invigorated now. So the next standing practice we're going to do, this is going to be our last asana that we're going to do in the standing work. We're going to do the standing spread leg posture. Now this one is quite a warming, energising asana, but this one is going to focus on the stretching elements as well. So we did a lot of strengthening, we're going to work on some stretching now. So I'm just going to change the orientation of my mat so it'll be a little bit easier for you to actually see what I'm doing. So we're going to actually be on the sideways position of the mat, and let's just see, probably can't see my head, so let's move it back a little bit, so hopefully that's a bit better. There we go. So we're going to walk our feet out nice and wide. So nice wide spread of the legs. Our feet should face, or toes should face forward, so you're sort of making a right angle with your feet and rolling a little bit to the outsides of the feet. Now I should just let you know that we're going to be in a head down position for a little while. And so it's very important, especially for people who have a low blood pressure, when you're coming out of the position, to come up very slowly so that you don't get dizzy. Anybody that has heart problems or high blood pressure, I would suggest that you either don't do this asana sequence, or just do elements of it and come out of it slowly and carefully and have a rest, because it is quite strong. We're going to be reversing the head, as I said, for quite some time. Also, people with glaucoma, if you've got the high blood pressure in the eyes, this is not a good one for you to do. So perhaps have a little bit of a rest, or just fast forward into the sitting down part of the class. So we're going to turn the palms outwards, take a deep breath in, bringing the arms up, and clasp your thumbs. On your exhalation, you're pressing the bottom back as we come forward slowly. So again, we've got some core work here. Come down slowly and just see if we can get the fingers or the hands onto the floor, and letting the head come down, lifting the bottom a little bit more. Stretching the legs, so the legs, backs of the legs, calves, hamstrings are going to get some work here. So we're going to work with the breath. If you can't touch the floor, grab your legs. Inhale, slowly lift the front of the body, coming up a little bit. On your exhalation, you're going to press the bottom back a little more as we lower the upper body down, bringing the head down, and if you can, looking between your legs. Try and stretch the legs out as much as you can. Breathing in, slowly once again, lifting the front of the body, lifting the head a little, and then we're all going to bring our hands onto our legs. So anywhere you can get them, knees, calves, ankles, wherever you can get them. Breathing in, lifting the front of the body. On your exhalation, sliding the hands down as low as you can get, bringing the head down, looking between the legs, lifting the buttocks, and taking some deep breaths. So lovely hamstring stretch. Breathing in, once again, lifting the front of the body, slide the hands up, have a little bit of a rest again. On your exhalation, slide the hands down, lowering the upper body and the head, looking between the legs, looking towards the wall behind you. Stretch the legs out. Release your legs, bring your hands to the floor, lifting the head a little. So we're just coming into a resting position in the middle, or you can keep hands on legs if you need to. Now we're going to do a stronger hamstring stretch. So you're going to take a deep breath in. On your exhalation, start to walk your hands around towards your right leg. Bring your right hand onto the leg first. And if you can, left hand onto the leg. And you're going to have the front of the body facing the right thigh, or you can keep the hand on the floor if you need to. On your exhalation, slowly bring the tummy and the chest towards the right thigh, forehead towards the shin. Hold if you can for a breath in and out. Breathing in, lifting the front of the body. So you bring hands back and slowly walk the hands back to centre, and then walking your hands around towards the left side. Bring your left hand to your left leg first. If you can, bring the right hand to the leg, orienting front of the body towards the thigh, or you can leave the hand on the floor if you need to. Breathe in again, and then on your exhalation, start to move the belly and chest towards the left thigh, forehead toward the shin. Hold for breath in and out. So strong hamstring, calf stretch for that left leg. Breathing in, lift and release. Bring the hands to the floor, walking the hands back, coming back to the centre. Just have a little rest. When you're in this middle position, try and keep the spine lengthened. Now we're going to do a little bit of a spinal twist. So you're going to place
your left hand, palm on the floor if you can, or fingers if you can't get the palm down. Breathing in, turn to look towards your right and raising the right arm slowly. Try and bring it up vertically if you can, or just as far as you're able to. Also be aware of your neck, don't strain your neck. So this one's also a good inner thigh stretch for the left leg as well. Exhale, slowly coming down, bringing that right hand back to floor, head to centre. Turning to look to the left, breathe in deeply, raising the left arm. Slowly bring it up vertically if you can, looking up or where your neck is comfortable. Deep breaths. So it's got the spinal twist element here. Exhale, slowly bringing left hand down, head coming back to centre. The final position we're going to do, just a little strengthening one. It's also got the leg stretching element. Breathing in, bringing arms out to shoulder height. Stretch through the spine, neck in line with the spine, pressing the bottom back. So we want to just try and keep that lovely alignment with the spine and the neck. And then exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Walk your feet, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. That's 3 times. Now you can either uncurl to come up, that's going to be the gentle way. If you want to do a stronger method, working the core, we've got to engage the belly and thighs. Inhale, extend the arms out and slowly coming up using the thigh muscles in the belly. And stretch up. Exhale, slowly lower the arms down beside you. And then you can walk your feet in all the way and have a little shake of the legs. Very good. And once again, just let's do those bottoms. Circling round. And reverse. Bend the knees and rub the backs of the legs. And then rubbing the inner thighs, because all those areas we got that stretching work. And then gently uncurl the spine, slowly coming up, alternately rolling your shoulders and alternately roll the other way. Back to centre, doing some shoulder shrugs up and down. Bring the shoulders up and then very slowly rotating your head, so we just release and loosen the neck as we've done a little bit of incidental neck work as well. And then slowly reverse and bring your head back to centre, relax the shoulders. We are going to finish our standing work off tonight with a little bit more cross crawl. So this is going to be another fire breathing practice. We're doing lots of fire breathing in this practice because remember we want to warm the body up. And obviously fire stimulating this solar plexus area, generating the heat from the body's battery and sending that heat out in all directions. So for our cross crawl movement, we are going to do there's a slightly different version that we're going to do for this class. So in my balancing class, we did the version where we did an upper body rotating movement. So today we're going to do a lower body movement where we're taking opposite knee to elbow but swinging the hips from side to side. So you can have a little practice of that if you want to. Make sure the front of the body stays facing forward. And then we're going to put the fire breath with it. So remember, fire breath, you inhale through the nose in the centre, blow the breath out, squeeze the belly in when you take that knee and elbow towards each other. So we're going to see if we can do 20 for this practice. Stop if you need to though. And
if you want to do more, you are welcome to continue on and do more. This is going to be our last practice before we get to sitting down. So let's start together. Breathing in, breathing out. And that was 20, so let's just relax. Roll your shoulders. And reverse. Have a little swing. So now we're going to get down to do our seated part of the class. If you feel you want to have a little bit of a break, by all means, switch the video off, have a little bit of a break, have some water, and then come back. Cushion for those of you who need a little extra support under the bottom, or to help prop knees up, etc., or put between the calves and the knees if you're sitting in the kneeling position. So bring that with you, coming back when you're ready. I'm going to just do the crossing leg over posture, but you can come back and do that if you're going to have a little break. So we're going to cross one leg over the other. We try and alternate these palms together. Take a deep breath in. On your exhalation, bending the knees, coming slowly down, either knee or bottom to the floor. Release, stretch the legs out, give them a little shake. And I'm going to come back shortly and I'm going to be a closer up for you position now that we're down in the seated positions. So here we are back again and ready to do our seated session for the winter warming Hatha yoga class. So this sequence of asana that we're going to be doing, again we're going to be doing some dynamic movements and we'll be incorporating the fire breath with some of them as well to keep the body nice and warm, the muscles and the joints nice and fluid. So first of all, now that we're sitting down, we'll just do a little bit of releasing. So leaning back, little release of the legs, flopping knees and feet in and out. And then feet together, so gentle rocking, lifting the bottoms so we give the lower back a little bit of a stretch out. And then bending the knees, feet a little bit apart. So we're going to do this a little bit more quickly than normal, just so that we get the warming effect a little more. So we're breathing in. On your exhalation, knees to the right, head to left. Inhale to centre. Exhale, knees to left, head to right. Inhale, back to centre. Exhale, knees to right, head to left. Inhale and exhale, knees to left, head to right. Breathing in, back to centre, coming and sitting up and coming into your staff posture. So making sure that we are forward on the sit bones, so leaning forward a little bit, pull the buttocks out from underneath, coming and sitting up nice and tall. Bring your shoulders towards your ears and then roll the shoulders back and down, chin parallel to the ground. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some work in the seated spread leg posture, but we're going to do a dynamic one tonight. So that we'll do the loosening up, just always these ones are quite strong, so to prepare the hips and the inner thighs, we'll do some loosening up. Then we'll show you how to put the pad underneath the bottom if you need that little bit of extra support. So opening your legs slowly as wide as you can, placing your hands on the floor, lifting the bottom, leaning forward, pressing the upper body forward and then just doing a little bit of a rock forwards and backwards. If you find that you've come into a really wide stretch that's feeling a bit uncomfortable, once you start to do this movement, just bring the legs in a little bit more if you need to. Don't strain. And then coming back to centre, sitting up and clasping your elbows. And we're doing a little side to side movement. So this one, We're just relaxing, going one way and going the other way, and just loosening the spine, and obviously hips, hamstrings and the inner thighs getting a little bit looser, warming everything up, coming back to the centre, and then making sure that we're forward on the sit bones. So if you need to, you're going to bring this cushion and pop it underneath the bottom a little bit if you need it, especially if you're sort of leaning back a little bit. Otherwise, if you're finding you're able to sit up nice and tall and upright, then you don't need to use that cushion. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to start with a little bit of a spinal twist. This one's quite a subtle spinal twist. We've got to really focus on keeping the spine centered, lengthened, and this is not one where we're bending forward, we're keeping a nice upright position. So we're going to breathe in, bringing your arms up to shoulder height. On your exhalation, turning upper body slowly to your right, and you're bringing your left hand onto your right leg. Right hand goes on the floor behind you. Press and lift up a bit more, and on your next exhalation, press against the right leg, looking toward that right side, and hold for a couple of deep breaths. Try and relax the neck as much as you can, chin parallel to the ground. And release. Breathing in, coming around and back to the front. On your exhalation, we're rotating to the left and bringing right hand to left leg, left hand on the floor. Inhale, press up a little more. Exhale, press against the leg, turning a little bit more to that left side. Hold and breathe in and out. Soften the neck, keeping centered and upright. And release. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring your arms down. Just relax back for a moment and flop the knees and the feet in and out. So the next position we're going to do, well, we're going to stay in this position. We're going to do a churning of the mill called Chaki Chalan, and this also uses fire breathing with it. This is a really good one for massaging the belly, getting those digestive and metabolic systems functioning really strongly and effectively, and it's a very warming one. It's also going to work on the stretching element too. It's a lovely warming one for the spine. So the movement that we're going to do is we're going to keep our legs nice and wide, and we're going to clasp our hands. We pretend that we've got this device where we're going to be churning the butter around. So it's called churning the mill. And it's going to be stretching out over one side, rotating across to the other side, coming back, keeping heels to the floor, and then we continue, and it's a nice dynamic movement. We're going to do the fire breath when we go over the side. So you blow the breath out through the mouth, squeezing the belly in, keep exhaling, coming round, and then you're inhaling through the nose as you go into the coming up and back movement. You'll get the idea. If you want to just, try doing the movement first, and then once you get that going, join in with the fire breathing as well if you can. So we're going to do half a dozen, 6 going in one direction, and then we're going to reverse and we're going to try and do 6 in the other direction. If you find that's a little bit too much for you, rest whenever you need to. If you want to do some more, you are quite welcome to continue on doing a little bit more. So we've got to keep nice and strong in the core with this one. And remember, we're going to be warming up the hips, the legs, and getting this nice tone to the belly area as well. So let's start clasping the hands, getting ready. Curl the toes towards you if you can. Take a deep breath in and then following along. So exhale. and reversing. And coming back to the centre, that was 6 one way, 6 the other way. And then just relax, once again flopping the knees and the feet. So we're just going to do the strengthening counter pose. After having done that, we should be feeling a little bit warmer. And this one's a strong one on the upper body, so just be careful, especially if you've got shoulders or elbow or wrist issues. So we inhale and pushing the bottom up, lean a bit towards your shoulders if you can. Exhale, so we're going to rotate both feet in the same direction, sort of it's a hip movement. Lift up the bottom, rotate the feet in the other direction, so they're going the same way. Inhale to centre, so we'll do one more each way. Exhale, feet going the other way again. Inhale, exhale, feet turning the other way. Breathing in, come back to centre. On your exhalation, lower the bottom. Bring the legs in slowly. And, have a little bit of a release of the fingers, the wrists, that we worked quite strongly. Bend the knees, give the back of the legs a good rub. So they did lots of work. A little bit of an inner thigh pat. And then we'll just do a little gentle lower back stretch. So from here, just sit back a little so you can see the feet forward from the body. Open the legs, clasp down around about your ankles. Breathing in, lift and extend through the spine. On your exhalation, you're just pulling on those ankles. Pull the chest and the belly in between the space between the legs. Relax the shoulders. Hold for a couple of breaths so we're getting that lovely stretch through the back. Especially nice for the lower back area. Good. And release. Coming up. And stretch the legs out. And just relax. Flopping the feet in and out. Good. All right. So now the next thing that we're going to do is another dynamic sequence of movements. And this time we're going to be turning sideways on the mat. So this one is using the lengthways on the mat. And what we're going to be doing is, again, it's going to be dynamic movement. And we're going to be doing 2 postures put together. So the first posture we'll be doing is a stretching posture, stretching over the legs. We're going to come up and bring the hands to the floor, bring them back and inhale and lift up, coming into an inclined plane and then coming back. So we're going to do those 2 elements together and we're going to see if we can do them dynamically. So we'll do about 3 rounds if you can. Stop and rest if you need to though. So first of all, coming into staff posture, stretch the legs out, pull the buttocks out from underneath, sit up nice and tall, relax the shoulders. So we've got to engage the core. If you feel uncomfortable doing this strong stretch, then instead of that, you can place your hands on your legs and just come down, slowly sliding the hands to wherever you can get them. And you can also come up in that gentler method if you wish. So, but I'm going to be demonstrating the stronger version for you tonight. So we're going to bring the hands outwards and then take a deep breath in, raising your arms, clasp your thumbs. On your exhalation, stretching over the legs, curl the toes towards you, stretching out, grabbing down as low as you can. Inhale, engaging the core, coming back up to center. Exhale, bring your arms down and then leaning back, hands to the floor. Breathing in, lifting up the bottom, bring the toes toward the floor. chin toward the chest, looking toward your toes. Exhale, coming down and sitting back up in the centre. So one round, we're going to do 2 more rounds. I'm not going to stop for the next 2. So palms out, breathe in deeply, bringing arms up. Exhale, stretch forward over the legs, coming down, bringing upper body down. Inhale, engaging the core, coming up slowly. Exhale, bring arms down to the sides, hands go back. Inhale, push the bottom up, toes down, chin toward the chest. And then exhale, back into centre, sitting in the centre, palms out. Breathe in deeply, bring the arms up, stretching up. Exhale, stretch right over the legs, coming down as low as you can. Breathing in, using the core, engaging, coming up to centre. Exhale, arms coming down, hands go back. Inhale, pushing bottoms up, toes toward the floor. One final movement for those who want to. So we're going to raise the left leg up, stretching it up. Exhale, down, and inhale, raise the right leg. And exhale, coming down, bring your bottom gently to the floor, and then we can come and sit in whatever is a comfortable sitting position for you. And we are going to just do a little bit of releasing after that, especially since we've worked the upper body a fair bit as well. So just coming into a position where you can have a nice straight spine, and then bringing the hands onto the legs or the knees. A little bit of releasing at the shoulders, shrugging up and down. And then alternately roll them. Just getting the back also stretching out too, and then reversing. And back to centre, so I'll get a little bit more centred on that, sorry about that. And then bring your hands up and rotate the wrists. Reverse. Squeeze in and out. Give the hands a little shake. So we're going to do a little wrist and arm stretching one. So this one just following along, and listen to rights and lefts as I direct them. So you're going to stretch your arms out, fingers pointing towards me, taking your left arm up and over the right. Palms should be facing away from each other initially. Turn the palms down, then turn the palms to face each other, so thumbs are down. Clasp your hands, bring the hands down and in towards the chest. Bring the hands up past your chin and then extending the arms out. So also with the shoulders, little stretched shoulders, wrists and arms. Bring the hands back towards the chin, down toward the chest, and then stretch the arms out. Unclasp the hands and then swapping arms over. So the thumbs are down now, clasping the hands, and then bring the hands down towards the chest, up past the chin, and then stretching the arms out. Stretch as far as you can. Try to lengthen the arms. It's quite a strong one for some people, so don't overdo it if it is feeling very strong. Bring the hands back towards the chin, down to the chest, and then out, stretching again. Release and relax and shrugging the shoulders up and down. Sitting up tall, and we're going to do a little neck stretch now. So cupping your right hand and placing it underneath your chin. Bring your left hand onto the top of your head. Press your chin up as you press your head down. Maintaining a straight spine, so it's a little head tilt, and hold for a couple of breaths in and out if you can. It's keeping that nice little head tilt. And then bringing your head back into the centre, swapping over. So cupping your left hand under your chin, right hand on the top of the head, pressing chin up as we press the head down, tilting as far as you can. So you want to get that good neck stretch. Hold, looking up if you can, and just taking deep breaths. And slowly bringing your head back to centre, release, and once again some shoulder shrugs, and then gently release, stretch your legs out in front of you. So tonight, that's finishing up our sitting postures, and in a moment we're going to get down to do the lying down postures. Again, if you wish, you can have a little break at this stage if you want to, turning the video off and then coming back to join me for the lying down part of the class. And tonight we're going to do some energizing work lying down, and then we will finish off with a relaxation, which is going to be a lovely warming visualization meditation. If you have a bolster, you might like to have that handy for the relaxation, as well a cushion to put under your head if you need that, and also something warm to cover up with, as if it's a cool time and you're feeling a little bit cool. Even though it is a warming visualization, sometimes we still need that little extra warmth. So something to cover up with, socks and jackets, or a little light blanket if you need that. And I'll be back with you shortly to finish off with our lying down part of the class tonight. So here we are, ready to do our lying down session for the winter warming Hatha yoga class. So first of all, usually if you feel you need a cushion under your head so that you've got a little bit of neck support, please pop that down where your head is going to go and your feet are going to be on the opposite side. We're going to start with some loosening up movements, and then we're going to focus on a couple of really warming movements. One of them is going to be the plough posture, halasana, and then we'll be doing also dhanurasana, the bow posture. So these ones I'll tell you a little bit more about when we get to do them. So cushion up where your head is going to go if you need that there. Bring your feet to the other end of the mat and hands on the thighs. So we start with a deep breath in. On your exhalation, tuck the chin toward the chest, draw the belly in, pull up the pelvic floor muscles, and begin to peel slowly down through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. So just relaxing down, try and use the core. Eventually relax your head down, just move the feet a little bit further up. Head goes to the floor, and then taking a deep breath in, raising your arms up and extend through the spine, arch and lift up through the ribcage, lovely stretch there. And then exhale, bringing arms down beside you, bend the knees, feet to the floor, lift and tuck the tailbone under, move your knees up towards your chest and hug your arms right around the knees, or you can clasp under the knees and squeeze down firmly, holding that nice little stretch out for the lower back. Place your hands on your knees and guide the knees around in a nice slow circling movement. And then reverse the direction. So we're just doing that, massaging into the spine, coming back to the centre, and then gently alternating with a little bit of a sort of cross-crawl movement, rocking from side to side. And this is again some lovely little spinal massage. And then coming back to the centre. So we're going to do a spinal twist, but we're going to do it with the knees up
which is a little bit stronger tonight. So bringing your arms out to shoulder height, palms on the floor. Take a deep breath in. On your exhalation, draw the knees in, take them over to your right, bring the knees down underneath your arm, and your head rolls gently to the left. Place your right hand on the top knee, give it a good squeeze, holding it down if you can, and taking some deep breaths. You'll notice this one's quite a strong one on the belly. Not a really good one to do for pregnant ladies because it's a little bit stronger squeeze on the belly. So just do the gentler spinal twist. Release. And then inhale, roll back up onto your back. Take another deep breath in. Exhale and draw the knees towards you and roll them over to the left underneath your arm. Head gently rolling to the right, placing your left hand on the top knee, holding it down if you can. Also working on pressing that right shoulder down if you can. Deep breaths. It's a lovely releases tension around the lower back area, and also it's a little stretch for the shoulder as well. Release. And breathing in, come up slowly back onto your back. And then once again, just do a little gentle roll and reverse. And then release your legs, stretch them out, have a little shake, relax your arms, and gently roll your head from side to side and back to the centre. Now I'm going to be doing the plough posture next, and I'm going to demonstrate a little sequence of movements people can do for a modified version if you have issues with some medical conditions that I'm going to tell you about. Now for this one, it's probably a good idea that you actually just watch first of all. So you can even come up and sit if you want to, just for a little while, just to watch, because it's a little bit difficult for you, especially if it's your first time doing the plough, trying to do it while you're watching me. So I suggest you just come into a comfortable sitting position to watch, and then you can just rewind the video and back to where we start, and then you can do it with me for that second time. Now I'm going to demonstrate. So people who have heart conditions, high blood pressure, glaucoma and severe neck problems should do this little sequence that I'm about to show you now. So you're not going to go into the full inverted posture where your legs go over your head. You're going to just bring the legs up to vertical. And pregnant ladies as well, definitely the plough is not suitable for pregnancy. You may be able to do a little bit of the modified ones that I'm going to show you now. So what the modified ones look like is you're going to bring the feet to the floor and then lifting your legs up to the vertical. But you're going to be keeping your bottom on the floor. So you're not going to push up and bring the legs right over your head. And at any stage, the resting position is just bending the knees and bringing the feet to the floor. You can do that at any stage. So while I'm doing these movements in the full plough, you can be doing the movements in this position where we're opening the legs and closing the legs, and we'll probably do that a few times. And you can also try catching your toes or somewhere around the legs as well. And then we will be doing a reclining star posture, so you can work on doing that as well. And you can also just work on that holding this position, because this one is a strengthening one for the belly particularly. But as I said,
At any stage, if you want to come out of it, bring the feet down or stretch the legs out and just have a little bit of a rest. Roll your head side to side. Now I'm going to demonstrate the full plough. This one's very stimulating for the thyroid gland, and it also brings the blood to the head, so it's one of the warming positions, and it's very warming for the spine as well. It is a strong spinal movement, and it's one of the inverted postures. So bringing the legs up again to vertical position, and your hands are going to be on the floor beside you. And then for the full plough, we're going to press the hands into the floor and lift the bottom, bring the legs up over the head, and then wobble up as much as you can onto your shoulders. And you can start by supporting the back round about just the waist bottom area. And then we're going to do a few variations. At any stage, if you need to come down, you come down. If your feet are not touching the floor, you might also probably not do all of the variations as I'm demonstrating them. So from here, we're going to bring the hands to catch the toes and then slowly open the legs up nice and wide. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come out of it because I'm just noticing that you can't actually see on the camera. So let me come back into it and I'll just see if I can get you to actually see my feet. Okay, so legs are going to be up, pushing up, over and wobbling onto the shoulders again. There we go, feet are there, good. So from here we are opening the legs up nice and wide. Bringing the hands together, arms inside the legs, pointing the index fingers up. Just taking some breaths. And then coming back, bringing the hands back to the feet. Bring the feet back together and holding the feet if you can. Stretching through the spine. Just taking deep breaths. And then bringing the arms down beside you. So we're going to roll down very slowly, giving the spine a good massage. So you're going to press with your hands into the floor and roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. So we are massaging the spine. It's very strengthening for the spine. Once you are down with the bottom on the floor, just resting there for a couple of breaths, and if you can, keeping the legs up. The people who are doing the variation, just bringing your legs back into the centre after you've done all your variations, and then everybody's going to bend their knees and hug the arms right around or underneath the knees, squeezing them. Try to keep the neck centred. Place your hands on your knees and gently rotating them around, so we massage again that lower back, very important, and then reverse. Come back to centre, just release, just move up a little bit, stretch the legs out, have a little shake of the legs, and then roll your head slowly and gently from side to side. And then back to centre, just have a little rest. Close your eyes, breathing in and out slowly and deeply. And then open the eyes, feet to the floor, lifting the knees, clasping underneath the knees. Carefully bring the head up, chin toward the chest, rocking forwards and backwards. And this is a really nice one to do after the plough posture. Just massages the spine out and then coming up to sit up. And then we're going to do the bow posture. So we've done the plough posture, which is an inversion and it's a squeezing into the body. So we're going to do a counter pose where we open up the front of the body. This one is the bow posture. It's a spinal flexibility, but it's very strengthening for your quads, very strengthening for your lower back area particularly. And it also massages the adrenal glands and the kidneys. It's quite a stimulating posture or asana because when we stimulate the adrenal glands, we bring energy and vitality to the body. But as I said in the beginning of the class, it's not really the best one to do if you want to then just go straight to sleep because you'll be a little bit overstimulated. So this one is actually done on the belly. So obviously this one is not going to be suitable for pregnant ladies. So you might like to just get yourself ready for the relaxation session. So we're going to come gently over onto the belly. So we're going to do the half bow first before we do the full position. So with this one, we're going to take the right arm forward and you're going to have your chin on the floor and you're going to bend your left knee. Bring your left hand back and catch the left foot, chin to the floor. And then to start with, we're going to just do that quad stretch. So we're going to press the heel towards the buttock and hold it down. So it's a really good quad stretch. And then just release the pressure. Breathing in, pressing the right hand down as we lift the chest. And then see if you can also lift up a little bit of that left thigh. It's quite a strong one. So you just get up as much as you can. Hold the position for a couple of breaths. It's a very strong quad stretch. And then exhale, release, coming down, and we're going to swap over. So we're going to bring the left arm forward, bend the right knee, bringing the foot up, bring your right hand around and you're going to grab that right foot and then chin to the floor, pressing the right heel towards the buttock and hold. So again, just breathe as you're holding to get that quad stretch happening. And then release the pressure. Breathing in, press with the left hand, lift the chin and chest, and then pulling up on that right foot, try and get some right upper thigh off the floor. Same time, try and keep that chest up and hold for a couple of breaths. It's working on massaging into the kidneys and the adrenal glands as well. And then exhale as we bring that leg down. Release. Then we'll do our little releasing movement. So bring your arms out to shoulder height, head on to one side. And then just relax as you flop or rock the bottom from side to side. And just releasing that lower back area. Come back to the centre. Make some fists. And give the lower back a good little firm massage. Relax the arms down, shoulders down, close your eyes and just completely relax. Now, what we're going to do is the full bow posture, Dhanurasana. So you're bringing your chin to the floor. You're going to have your feet a little apart. Bend both knees, lifting the feet up, and one at a time grabbing each foot, if you can, with each hand. Pressing the heels towards the buttocks first, so getting that little quad stretch. Just release if you're getting a little bit of cramping, as I am, so we can just release that out. And then we're going to do the bow posture, so you're going to breathe in, lifting chin and chest, and then lifting the upper thighs off the floor as high as you can, looking forwards. And then if you want to, you can do a little bit of a rocking movement on the pelvis and hold, stretching. It's also a lovely one for the chest and the shoulders. And release. Bring the legs down. Relax. Bring your head onto one side again. Bring your arms out to shoulder height, and once again just rocking the bottom gently from side to side and back to the centre. Once again massaging that area that we worked around the lower back, kidneys and adrenal glands. And relax, eyes closed and deep breaths. And then bringing the hands under the shoulders, tucking the elbows into the body, bring your chin to the floor. Inhale, pushing up, coming onto the hands and knees. On your exhalation, pressing bottom slowly back toward the heels, extending through the spine and lowering the upper body down. So we're coming into stretched pose of the child. Modify your arms if you need to, and just staying there for a couple more breaths in and out. And then breathing in, slide the hands up towards the knees, gradually uncurling your spine, either kneeling up or sitting back on your heels as you bring your head up slowly and let the shoulders relax back and down. So that completes all of our asana work tonight for our winter warming Hatha yoga class. So the next thing we're going to just finish off with a nice relaxation visualization. So what we need to do is get comfortable. This one is a really good one to do lying down in Savasana, the corpse posture. If you need a cushion under your head, have that handy, pop it where your head is going to go. And remember to use a bolster or a rolled up blanket or another yoga mat if you've got it. I've got a little bolster here. I'll just do another little demonstration of how to use the bolster. So when we come into Savasana, if you're going to use the bolster, it's particularly nice. We've worked a lot on the lower back, so you might actually find that it is rather comfortable tonight to use it. So bolster will just go under the knees, comfortable position, and you're just easing yourself down, popping the cushion where it's comfortable, just making sure that the knees are relaxing where it's comfortable, and your arms relax down beside you, like so. So that it's just using the bolster. It's just really lovely and supportive for the lower back, and it's a very nice release after all of the work we've done on the lower back. Also, make sure that you're warm. So if you need a blanket to cover yourself with, get that ready. Pop your socks and jackets on if you need to as well. And I also suggest that you turn the lights off or dim them as much as you can. Maybe have one or two little soft lights on, but don't have blazing, very bright lights on. So I'm going to be switching my lights off shortly, so that's why I will be coming back to shortly. And I'm just looking for, here we go, it gets lost. So get all the things that you need, switch your lights off, and then switch the video back on at this point, and we will get going with our relaxation practice. So here we are, ready to do our relaxation visualization. So getting yourself comfortable and into Savasana. And then when you're ready, close your eyes softly and start to draw your awareness inwards, starting to let go of all of the distractions around you, letting go of sounds, movements, and bringing your attention inwards to your physical body. The first part of our practice tonight will be a body scan, and then we are going to be doing the golden light healing visualization. So this is a beautiful, relaxing practice, but it also will help to bring warmth to you as well. And at the same time, we're working on the healing aspect as well. But first of all, let's do the body scan. So try and keep your eyes closed now for the duration of the practice. And bring your attention down to your feet and toes. And just check that they are comfortable and in a relaxed position. Usually, just allowing the feet to flop outwards slightly is going to be comfortable. Bring your awareness up through your legs and checking that they're comfortable. And if you do have a bolster or something underneath your knees, just make sure that it's in the right position. You might just have to slightly adjust it to get the best position. Continue moving up to your hips, making sure that they're relaxed and open. Bringing your focus now to the lower back area. So a little bit of a tuck of the tailbone forwards and under usually helps to release lower back tension. And that's especially if you don't have a bolster, because you'll want to just allow the pelvis to tilt down a little bit. Moving your attention gradually up through your back. So as we're doing the body scan, remember you make slight adjustments to your position if you need to. Feel the shoulder blades relaxing and sinking into the floor. Your shoulders heavy, relaxing back and down. And try and make sure that they're level. Your arms on the floor beside your body, a little away. Palms facing upwards, fingers lightly curled. If you wish, you can place your hands in the chin mudra, where you lightly touch the index finger and the thumb together to create a gentle circle. Bring your attention to your neck and gently and slowly roll your head from side to side, and do that a few times so that you release any residual tension in your neck area. And then bring your head back to the centre, and if you do have a cushion under your head, make sure that it is in a good position to support your neck. Adjust if need be. Your chin should point slightly downwards, but don't create tension in the lower jaw. Your lips just touching or slightly apart, tongue resting at the back of your upper teeth, eyes softly closed, just closed, and keep them closed for the duration. Now we are going to commence the visualization practice. Bring your attention into the centre of your forehead, between your eyebrows to your internal visual screen, and create a visual image or imagine a tiny golden candle flame. Use your memory, your imagination to help you to do this. Inside your head is this beautiful, warm, golden candle flame. And we're going to focus on that image of the golden light for the rest of the practice. Begin to enlarge the candle flame inside your head, gradually making the flame expand outwards, becoming larger and larger and larger until eventually your whole head is filled with beautiful, warm and golden, healing, relaxing light. Feel the warmth and feel the relaxation spreading from the inside of your head, moving over your face and then down underneath your chin, and the golden light flowing down into your neck. Feel your face, your head and your neck becoming warm, relaxed, feeling the sensation of healing, relaxing warmth. Visualize and imagine the golden light like a river of light flowing down over your shoulders, running all the way down your arms, through your arms, down into your hands, and then all the way down into your fingers. Feeling your arms, hands and fingers becoming warm. Feel that sense of relaxation and letting go in your arms, hands and fingers. Continue visualizing and feeling the golden light as it flows down your back, flowing into the shoulders, upper back, into your shoulder blades. Feel that warmth flowing down through your spine, flowing through the middle of your back, into your back muscles, flowing down into the lower part of your back, the lower part of your spine, and then flowing all the way down into your buttocks. Feel the whole of your back warm, soothed. Feel that beautiful sense of relaxation flowing all the way down your back. And then shifting your attention to the front of your body, and notice the golden light as it travels down the front of your body, starting up at the top of your chest, flowing into your heart. Feel the warmth flowing there. Feel the sense of relaxation, the release of tension in your chest, flowing down into your rib cage, diaphragm and lungs. That sense of warmth and letting go, flowing down into your belly, into your abdominal muscles. Feel a gentle sense of opening up and letting go as the warmth travels down into your pelvis and into your pelvic organs. Feel the whole of the front of your body warm, relaxed and filled with the healing, rejuvenating, soothing, golden light. Focusing on your legs now, allow the golden light to travel into your hips, releasing them, flowing down into your thighs, feeling the warmth flowing into your knees, down into your shins and calves, into your ankles, and then your feet and your toes. Visualize the golden light as you feel and sense it flowing all the way down your legs. Feel a releasing and letting go in your legs, feet and toes. Become aware of the whole of your body now, head to toes, filled with this beautiful, warming, relaxing, soothing, healing, golden light. Now visualize your body. Imagine it as if you were an awareness somewhere up at the ceiling, the level of the ceiling, looking down upon your reclining body. Notice first of all how relaxed you look, completely and utterly relaxed. And then begin to notice a gentle, soft, golden glow starting to emanate from your body. Notice this golden glow becoming a little brighter as you continue to gaze down at your body. Notice the golden glow becoming more and more intense until eventually you see that your body is completely immersed in and surrounded by a beautiful golden cocoon of healing and warming energy. And you are inside this healing golden cocoon of energy. Feel yourself completely relaxed, safe, and allow yourself to take in the healing, rejuvenating, and nourishing energy, absorbing the energy and taking the energy to every single part of your physical and emotional and energetic body. Sense and feel, imagine and visualize the soothing, healing energy flowing everywhere inside and around you, absorbing the energy and feeling stronger, more rejuvenated, more relaxed and warm. Now take your attention to some part of your body that you know needs a little bit of extra healing energy. Perhaps you are noticing an area that still feels slightly tense. Or perhaps you are aware of a part of your body that is perhaps recovering from illness or injury. Take your attention to that part of your body and focus the warm, golden, healing energy into that part of your body. See that part of your body lighting up with the golden healing energy, focusing and intensely taking the energy into that part of your body that needs the extra healing. Feel the pulsating, warming, relaxing, rejuvenating energy in that particular part of your body. Now begin to move your awareness out from that part of your body back to awareness of your body as a whole. And remember, you have the healing energy within you. Keep that energy within you for the rest of the day, taking your awareness every now and then to increasing the healing energy flowing inside you. Now we are going to come back to awareness of your present physical environment again, but just doing it slowly and carefully, starting to bring your attention back to the environment around you. Still with your eyes closed, begin to notice the sounds around you again. Notice all the different sounds. Rotate your awareness from one sound to the next. Notice any other bodily sensations such as the flow of air across your skin, becoming aware of the sensation of the contact points of your body with the floor and with any other supports beneath you. And we're now going to gently awaken the body, taking your focus down to your feet and toes. Begin to wiggle your toes, give them a little bit of a squeeze, and then gently circle your ankles. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. Bring your arms up and gently rotate your hands, releasing your wrists, and then give your hands a little bit of a shake. Take a deep breath in and raise your arms up over your head. Have a lovely stretch out. Yawn if you want to. And then exhale deeply. Bring your arms down slowly and roll your head gently from side to side a couple of times again. Bring your head back to the center. Bend your knees. Begin to lift them up towards your chest. Clasp them gently and do a little rolling from side to side to give your lower back a gentle massage. And if there are any other movements you want to do to release your lower back, then please do those movements. Once you've completed releasing, then roll over slowly to your side. Just relax there for a few moments. And then when you're ready, ease yourself up into a sitting position. And at the very end, very slowly open your eyes and take in all the visual sensations around you, being back and ready to rejoin your daily activities. So I do hope you have enjoyed this winter warming Hatha yoga class, and please practice the class. You can do sections of the class. You don't have to do the whole class all at once, as it is quite a long class, but please continue practicing your yoga and come back often as well to visit JD Healing Vibes, as I will continue to put out more yoga and meditation videos on the YouTube channel. So thank you for joining me, and namaste everybody.